What's up, you guys? You know, it's your boy Darius, back with another story time. I need you guys to do me a favor. Go to my page, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notifications. That'll tell you when my next story time will come up. But until then, you know what I'm saying? Y'all enjoy. Okay, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to Living with the Mayhans story time. The story I'm going to be reading to you guys is called The Tragic Reunion, which is from one of my favorite books. My daughter, which she's in the room playing, she's going to be reading you guys one of her favorite stories too. Also, how we're going to do this is I'm going to be reading the story, then she's going to be coming right behind me. She's going to read one, then I'm going to come back and give you guys a different one. So, I hope you guys are ready. And this is based on friendship, so it's called The Tragic Reunion. I almost dropped the phone when I heard the words, "Julia's father died today," after I hung up. I walked to my room in a daze and fumbled with my CD player, hoping that the sound of my favorite songs would provide some comfort. Although I had known this day was coming, I still felt as if the wind had been knocked out of me. As I sat on my bed, the tears came. My mother came quietly into the room and held me in a gentle embrace. As I sat cradled in my mother's arms, I thought about last summer. I had gone with Julia and her parents on a trip to an island off the coast of South Carolina. We'd had a great time together, sharing breathtaking sunsets on the beach, eating at a post restaurants, and biking along the rugged coastline. Julia's dad had taken it upon himself to fulfill our every desire. Now I knew that beneath all the laughter and fun, Mr. Yolanda must have been suffering. One night, as Julia and I were getting ready to go out, Mrs. Yolanda came into our room looking upset. She told us that Mr. Yolanda was sick and was not up to coming with us. Julia did not seem alarmed, and we went out as we had planned without her father. The next day, Mr. Yolanda appeared to be at his usual self, soft-spoken, generous, and on the go. Since his illness was not mentioned again, I didn't think about it anymore for the rest of that wonderful trip. When school started, my friendship with Julia began to change. I watched as she became caught up in making new friends. She didn't include me in her new plans. I felt left in the dust. Pretty soon, we were no longer best friends. In fact, we were barely friends at all. One day, my mother sat me down and told me that Mr. Yolanda had terminal pancreatic cancer. Shocked, my thoughts turned to Julia. At school, she seemed happy, a happy-go-lucky teen. Her sunny exterior displayed no sign of any turmoil, but now I knew it had all been present somewhere within her. Not wanting to upset Julia in school and still feeling separate from her, I didn't say anything to her about her father, but inside, I wanted to run up to her in the hallway, give her a hug, and let her know that I was there and that I cared. Now I wonder as I walked nervously into the funeral home if it was too late. Makes me uncomfortable, probably because they make death so real, and the thought of seeing Julia in this setting, knowing what a very private person she was, also made me uneasy as my friends, and I got in line to pay our respects to Mr. Yolanda. I noticed pictures of the Yolanda surrounding the casket One photograph in particular jumped out at me. It was Mr. Yolanda and Julia on our vacation in South Carolina. The photograph triggered an overwhelming sadness in me, and I began to weep. I simply could not understand why God would take a parent away from his child. Julia found me then, and seeing me in tears, she began to cry. Even though I told her how sorry I was about her father, I realized I couldn't never fully understand what she... Hold on, guys. These pages are kind of hard to turn, so you're going to have to give me a second. Was going through. What was it like to come home every day to a house where someone you love was dying, or to head off to school each morning not knowing if your father would be alive when you got home? I couldn't imagine, but I did know how to express support and compassion. It wasn't too late. Julia apologized for her neglect of our friendship and was vowed to be friends again. A funeral is a strange place to make up with a friend, but I guess a tragic reunion is better than none at all. And that's the end of it, man. Like, this is basically really touching too, because the reason why I read that is because, man, you would never know, man, because like parents these days, they always tell us, and we don't like sort of like listen. They can sit there and tell us, you know, hey, one day I'm not going to be here, or, you know what I'm saying, I could be here today and gone the next. And I'm here to tell you guys, look, our parents is our parents. We should love them and cherish them while we still have them. You know, be it as it may, whether you guys get into a heated argument, fights, or anything of that nature, at the end of the day, you still love your mother, you still love your father, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that it is what it is. You still love them at that, you know, at the end of the day. I'm out. Okay, guys, this is my daughter who I was telling you about that's going to be doing a story for you. Right now, she's going to be actually reading a story from my book of Bible stories. So you guys, you know, just bear with us. And the story that she's going to read to you guys is called God Begins to Make Things.
And that's page 1, guys.
And that's page 1 for it. You ready? Okay.
It says, all the good things we have come from God. He made the sun to give us light by day, and the moon and the stars, so we can have some light at night. And God made the earth for us to live on. But the sun, the moon, the stars, and the earth were not made persons like himself. We can't see these persons just as we can't see God. In the Bible, these persons are called angels. The first angel God made was very special. He was God's first son. And he worked with his father. He helped God to make all of
other
things. He helped God to make the sun, the moon, the stars, and also the earth. What was the earth like that. In the beginning, no one could live on earth. There was nothing but one big ocean of water all over the land. But God wanted people to live on earth so He can begin to
Get things
get things for us,
ready for us.
ready for us. What did He do? Well, first, the earth needed light, so God made the light from the sun to shine on the earth. He made so there could be both
Nighttime.
nighttime and
daytime.
daytime. After God caused land to come up above the water of the ocean. At first, there was nothing on the land. It looked like picture you see here.
Hold on. This is what she's talking about, y'all. This picture
Daddy,
right
let me
here.
read the rest. Daddy, what am I on?
Right here.
Oh.
At first.
Picture you see here, there were no flowers or trees or animals. There was not even any fish in the oceans. God had a lot more work to do it, make the earth really nice for animals and people to live on.
Yeah. So, what she just read you guys right here, she read that on her own. And I'm very proud of her. And the picture she's trying to describe to you guys is a picture right here before we was even thought of.
Look, guys, there's 2 volcanoes, there's rocks, and that looks like a crossing rocks, and those are mountains. And that's smoke, and that is like smoke